Hello everybody, DeRosa here. Today's battle report will take us to the Sudan in 1885 with the classic game Sword and the Flame. Member Steven invited Luis and I out to play a game of Sword and the Flame, and these are all his troops and his terrain and everything. It was nice of him to invite us out to teach us this game. He GM'd the game and Luis and I played against each other. I was the British, Luis was the Mahiti forces, and it went well for me. And here's some outtakes of it. I was equipped with British forces, and they were made up of a British regular force, as you can see a close-up here. There they are there. And then I had a dismounted camel corps force of 6 men. And then, of course, I had a group of camels that I had to get off the board. Luis was equipped with some Ansars from the Mahatis army. One unit there, another unit of Ansars here. Very effective mob force. And then in the front you can see his Beha force, otherwise probably known as Fuzzy Wuzzies to most people. The Behas. And they were really not effective at all. And you can see Luis had a cannon, and there's his Emir with his standard bearer. So a very nice force, and they got to face off with the British force that was very strong. The scenario is one in which I had to get my camel forces to that oasis and then off the board. I didn't know where I was entering, and neither did Luis. He got to place a hidden force somewhere on the board, and he placed it up in the tallest mountain. I entered the board on the bottom left-hand side, and he entered the board at the top. I was able to quickly race to the oasis. I was next able to quickly throw out a skirmish line with my dismounted camel corps force, and they were able to allow the camels to sneak behind them off the board for some victory points. Then the skirmish force was able to hold its own against some Ansar attacks. Next, my regular company faced off with the cannon. The cannon took some shots, and it did do some damage, but not enough to stop me. And I didn't know, but Luis had his hidden Beha force coming out of that mountain with the cannon. The Ansars kept coming. They did take some shots at my camels, and before my camels snuck off, they did take some damage. As you can see here, one of the handlers and one of the camels was killed, but not enough to stop me from getting victory points. And you can see them sneaking behind the skirmish line here off the board. My regular force was able to put a volley fire onto the Beha and just slaughtered them and made them run away. They routed. There's the lonely shepherd. You can see here them getting just hammered twice, I believe, by volley fire. And I did take some wounds from a cannon, like I said, and I was able to drag those men across the board. Here we see the Ansars coming up onto the dismounted force. The dismounted force held them off and was able to step off the board. We can see them here holding them off. The Ansars routed or they went towards my regular force. Luis made a decision to try to surround my regular force and cut it off. And my regular force was able to hold back the first Ansar group. The dismounted camel corps was able to put some flanking fire into those groups before it stepped off. And then the Emir made a decision to charge towards my close order last regular unit that was sliding towards the right. He was able to get into close contact. We had hand-to-hand combat. I lost a lot of men, but so did the Emir, and they ran away. The cannon was able to put a lot of shots onto my regular force and made me have a lot of wounds. Here we see the final hand-to-hand combat battle. Emir, it was really fun. The way this game works, the way you roll, it's really exciting. You can see all my wounded men that I had to carry, and then the Emir running away after the battle was over. So it was a great battle, and then we played a second battle where Stephen won, and it was here me starting out with the camel corps going down the middle and my two forces to the right and left. And then Stephen was able to hit me right where it hurts, right at the oasis, and then my force ran away. Strangely enough, there's not many pictures of this battle, so the British will just claim that it was mysteriously lost. Well, that's a wrap for the Sword in the Flame Battle Report number 1. This is a great game. I went and bought the rules immediately off eBay. Highly recommend this game. Going to get some figures. And I want to thank Steven and Luis for having a great game. And we're going to try to have a Colonial Day soon. We'll see you at the table. Keep rolling.